Good morning. Yesterday we finished fixing up the last culvert up above that is washed out that we know about. We still haven't been up above the culvert to see if there's any more damage, but I wanted to get that done yesterday because I said we had rain coming in today. We ended up getting 1.5 inches of rain overnight. And some areas not far from here got 8.5 inches of rain, and there's a flood watch in effect, and the floods are supposed to be starting now. Well, the rivers are supposed to be starting to rise now. So I want to go down below, check the creek, see how that is doing, and then I want to go up above and check out the 2 culverts that we just did. And then we're going to work in the workshop because it's going to be raining more today, but it's kind of crazy all the rain we've been getting around here. So I'm glad we got that other culvert done because 1.5 inches of rain, that's a lot of rain too. I'm glad we didn't get 8.5 inches of rain again. We got that last time from Hurricane Beryl, and getting that again would not be fun. All the people that did get it again, yeah, it's not been good for them either. We scared the crane off. I don't mind scaring the crane off. He's just out here eating fish. Those are our fish, not his. So the creek's running pretty decent, but it's not as high as it was before. It was pretty much up to the top. The culverts here and that part of the road got all washed out, so that's all been repaired. So I'm glad to see that down here is good. Let's check up above. After seeing this area, I feel pretty good about up above. The culverts we just did, but I'm kind of curious to see how the gravel that we put down handled all the rain that we got. Oh, the puddles are back. All right, we're coming up to the first culvert up here that we repaired. This one is looking good. Oh yeah. Nothing is washed out, which I like seeing. That is good. Water is flowing really good. That's our runoff from the big rain from up above. That's what all these ditches are for, is to collect the runoff. So yeah, I'm glad to see that's working. Let's take a ride up and check on the culvert we just finished up yesterday. Got some water going through it. None of the banks or anything look washed out, so that is good. There's a lot of water coming down from over here and a lot from coming over there, coming down and in. So yeah, it's definitely working the way we want it to work. That's for sure. Phew. It's a lot of rain overnight. We have not been up above yet, and I'm not going up above yet. We have some projects that we've been putting on hold because we've been having to do a lot of repairs that we need to work on. And if I go up above and there's issues, I'm going to want to fix those issues. So we're not going up there yet because I don't want to know what I need to do, if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys are like me, but if I know the problem that's got to get fixed, I got to get on it. Like it just keeps going in my head. Like this culvert took so long to get fixed because of the weather, but it's been bugging me that it wasn't fixed. So I can't go up there and see yet. We need to get back in the workshop, finish working on Yukon's new home, and get that ready for him. This looks pretty cool. So let's head on back to the workshop and we can start working on Yukon's house again. So if you guys missed a video, I believe it was 2 videos back, we were working on building a portable pig shelter for Yukon, our breeding boar. We'll be able to put Yukon in this because we don't want him mating the ladies already because they are too young for it, and we're only keeping one of them for breeding, and then the other 2 are going to be feeders. So we want to make sure we have something good and structural to keep him in. Our original plans were to put him in the woods, but he's still on the smaller side, and we've been having a lot of coyotes in the area, so we don't want him in the woods by himself. So this is what I came up with. We got the base of it built. We need to work on the roof, and the cool thing about this design is we can also use this to load animals. So we can back the trailer up to this end have pigs, cattle, whatever you needed to load into a trailer in here. Then you can open, what I'm thinking in my head is, I'll take the hinge off of this gate, and I'll either have it just sitting there, or we have longer gates, put a gate over the front, back the trailer up with the door open, and then the gate I can just slide on and off, and we can get the animals into the trailer. We can use it in the springtime for when we have our piglets and we want to get them out on pasture earlier. We can get them out here and training on fence in this area. So we'll be able to use this for multiple things. It'll be a good winter structure for the pigs when we want them to breed. So yeah, let's get the roof on and then we can get Yukon in here.
When Al was telling me about the structure, I was thinking, oh, that's great, that's awesome. And I was thinking it was going to be on a lot smaller scale. But I should know better that Al likes to go to a little bit more of the extreme. And actually, it looks like, I mean, something I could put screens up, have a screen room, if it doesn't work out for the animals.
All right, we're going to get our rafters on here in a minute.
Seeing that concrete power trowel up there really makes me want to do some concrete work.
Oh, we just gotta wait for the rain to dry out, then we can think of new projects to do once we make all of our repairs from the hurricane.
And it'll keep raining and raining.
Ooh. All right, you have to lift it up and go from above. Okay.
Good?
Perfect.
Too high?
Nope, it's perfect right there. Okay, do one on the top on that side. Perfect. Okay, so let's cut two more.
You like it? Can you go forward? There you go.
Got it?
Yeah.
I like it. Let's cut one more and we'll be good. I like it. Nice. All right, so now we're gonna put some 2x4s going this way for our strapping. Marking layout for our 2x4 strap that we're gonna use. I think I'm gonna use some hurricane brackets just to make them easy to set more than anything. I put some hurricane brackets in, I can set them on this end, set them on that end, it'll hold them. Then I can screw them on the end, then I can go ahead and get the center screwed. And it'll be a lot easier.
And you already have them?
Yeah, we got them left over from, I think, the barn build. We got them left over from something. I'm not sure why, but Brutus loves the mobile pigmobile. This is his hangout spot in the workshop now. Anytime we come in here, we're working, that's where he's hanging out. So hopefully Yukon likes it as much as Brutus does. Or maybe Brutus will be taking it over. Now we need to cut our 2x4s. These are going to be basically our strapping for our metal roofing. I'm going to cut a 12-degree angle on each end. All right, I'm doing this all on pressure treated because pressure treated is made out of southern yellow pine and it's stronger than regular white wood that they use nowadays for regular studs. So I want to make sure this is built with some rugged lumber without having to go with like 2x6s and 2x8s and make it weigh a ton. Going with pressure treated is already going to make it weigh more than if we went with regular lumber, but nowadays the lumber you can get in the stores is not very good. Okay. Outside 1/4 of an inch here. This side, about the same. I like it. Dead battery. Oh man. Right when I needed the juice. That one ain't good too. I like it. Okay, so we gotta set our 2 end ones. I think we're gonna pre-drill those ones.
Well, don't mind the mess behind me. I'm going to clean that up while I'm making butter. But I just wanted to mention to you guys what a huge game changer I have made. I started to make my butter in my food processor and it does not make a huge mess and it goes by pretty fast. I just fill it up halfway with cream, maybe a little over. It just spins it out, spins the buttermilk away so I can make my butter. I'm gonna have to do it probably in 4 batches, but it just makes that much less of a mess. All right, this doesn't look very fancy on my shelf, but this is a workspace. So I have my KitchenAid here, but I also have my food processor hooked here because I have been doing a smoothie in the morning, but also I have been making quite a bit of butter. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna get that on here. While that's doing its thing, I'm gonna pick up the kitchen and I'm just gonna keep checking this, putting it back on. It's on manual, so it does stop. I check it just to see what it looks like here. And then I just keep an eye, and then in like 5 minutes-ish, it should be, maybe 10, it should be butter. Well, ready to be made into butter. Now that I have some of my mess picked up, I'm going to go ahead and strain off the buttermilk. Should have done a big jar because I'm going to do more than one batch. But look at that butter. Awesome. Going to sprinkle this with a little bit of salt. And then knead it in, and then rinse it again.
I was just digging around looking for some screws for the metal roofing, and look what I found. I got some metal roofing screws and some long carriage bolts. So I'm gonna put one in going this way on the bottom 4x6 and one in going this way on the top 4x4 into each bracket. I'm not gonna do the center because we don't need it there. I'm gonna do the end. So that way when we're pulling the first initial, they'll be bolted in too. Right there.
I feel like I just cut down on my butter making a ton by using the food processor. It didn't make a mess. Now I'm just going to put some in glass jars for my tub butter. And then I have these silicone molds that I like to use for stick butter, for baking or whatnot. I wouldn't say that's too bad. 8 sticks of butter, about 3 tubs of butter. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead, get them put away, and then I can have it, we can have it on toast. We can have it for making brownies. We can have it for making mashed potatoes, all the things. Maybe some corn on the cob. I'm so excited.
So we got most of the structure done. We got to put the tin on for the roof. I have that here. And then I picked up some forged eye bolts. We got to install these. These are for dragging and pulling. I'm going to drill them and put one on each corner. I like going with the forged eye bolts because they hold up to pulling. The ones that are just like bent around, they can tear and pull and they don't work as well. So these work well. I got these at Tractor Supply. I believe you can pick them up at all different places. So we get those drilled after, but let's get the roof on. It's supposed to be raining again today. It's gonna be interesting to see what tomorrow will bring because it's supposed to rain on and off all day. And we're supposed to be getting over an inch of rain. Not what we need. I'm hoping we don't end up getting more than an inch because an inch is more than enough. You wanna go in the pig pen? Why do you like going in there so much? That's where he likes to hang out and chill. You're a goofball. What are you gonna do when Yukon's in here? You don't wanna hang out with Yukon? All right, so I have 12-foot long sheets of galvanized tin. This is just the thinnest and the least expensive that you can get. Oh, I like that. I wanna see what I have for an overhang. Right now, over here, I have straight on 3.5. So I'm gonna have 2, so we're gonna have like an inch overhang per. That's gonna be like perfect. So I have just over an inch, and I'm like pretty much even there. Now, if this structure wasn't going to be mobile, we could slap this together a lot quicker with nails and a nail gun. But we're gonna be moving this thing around. I like to use screws, so that way when we're moving it, we don't gotta worry about loosening up the nails. So it takes more time doing it this way, but it'll last longer. So It's worth taking the extra time now so we don't get to redo it later. You hot, Brutus? I like it. All right, I just heard Brutus barking and running around up here, then he took off. I think he's being a knucklehead, and I'm curious to see what he's doing. What are you doing? You're playing in the water, aren't you? Yeah. You're playing in the runoff? Is that fun? You're all wet. I bet it's what you found, huh? Yep. Is that fun? With all the rain we've been getting lately, our ditch over there has been running with water. And I think Brutus just found it. And he's playing in it. It is hot and muggy, so it's a good place for him to play and cool off. What do you think? You don't like that, do you? Kind of noisy, eh? What? All right, I need to get a tape measure and figure out how far over the next sheet's gonna come, because I don't want to put a bunch of screws in that I gotta take out. Trying to decide if I should put a 10-foot long gutter on the back or 9-foot long piece of gutter on the back, put a downspout here, 45 it over to this 4x4, and then put like it draining into a 55-gallon drum, and that'd be the pig's water. And this would most likely be enough to keep Yukon watered when it's not freezing out. But even if we didn't, we could always fill up the 55-gallon drum. I'm just trying to think if I should make a mount on the side, so when I'm dragging it, I can bring the 55-gallon drum with me. Otherwise, we'd have to dump it off every time. So is this something I should do? Should I add a water catchment system and then like a platform off the side to pull it? I don't have the supplies to do that today, but that was something I was thinking about. I was like, man, what would Jason do? Jason would put rainwater catchment on this. So I'm thinking I might need to do that. We used to have that on NYC, our New York City chicken coop. We had that all plumbed up for rainwater catchment, and that was a smaller roof, and that caught, I would say, 75% of the time when it wasn't freezing out, we caught enough water to water our egg layers. So yeah, it's kind of nice not to have to worry about bringing a hose around. I'm gonna think about that one. Let me know your thoughts. All right, I need some washers, and I think right here our 1/2-inch washers should fit. Perfect. A little overkill because they are grade 8, but it's what we have from bolts and nuts. When we run out, we'll have to order more. Right, Brutus? Right, sir? Right here. All right, now the only thing left to do is to get it outside, and then we'll have to figure out what we want to use for a water system right now, but I want to get this outside and see how it does moving. And if I measured it correctly, we should have enough height by that door to get this out. All right, it just started raining, so I want to get this shelter down here before it really starts to rain. I'm not gonna go the roadway because this got washed out during the last big storm, so we need to fix this. It's there, it just hasn't been done because it's not a top priority right now. So I'm gonna shut the fence off. We're gonna go around back of the shop and we'll come down this way. It's the longer way around, but I think it'll be easier to get down into the pasture. So I'm gonna kill the fence because I don't feel like getting zapped, and I don't think Brutus does either. So hopefully the cows stay in because this powers all the pastures around here. So we have to do this quickly because there's no power. All right, the chain is just long enough. I like it. You wanna go for a ride, or you gonna follow? I'll let you follow. If you wanna hop in, you can. Just in time for the rain. Make sure I don't hit nothing. Okay, we're out. I can turn. I got it over here. The girls on here, and it rained. My plan is to let them heavily do what they've been doing here. It doesn't look great, but I want to get in here when it's dry, York rake it, put some good grass seed down, and get this growing good grass. And every area we move them to, that is my plan. But right now with the rain, I'm not gonna be able to do that. And the girls aren't here, so I don't want to move Yukon in there right now by myself and have a loose pig. And then we also need to do a little mowing, and then we can bring the girls' fence over this way and get them eating some of this grass. But the rain is not helping. So this is where we're gonna have to end this video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. I'm gonna go plug that fence back in so that way we don't have any loose animals. I'll see you guys right back here in the next video. Bye.